let's go on out to our correspondent, Rick Leventhal, who has some new information from the scene. Rick?
Good morning, guys. Just got here. Obviously, there's a lot of confusion, perhaps a lot of investigation obviously going on with the NYPD. Large groups of FDNY are here on scene. You see some heavy weapons teams over here as well. What I have been told by law enforcement sources is there was, in fact, some sort of explosion below ground, apparently in a pedestrian walkway at the Port Authority bus station or in that vicinity of 42nd and 8th Avenue. There were initial reports of a suicide vest. That's been unconfirmed. Also reports of some sort of pipe bomb. The type of device still not confirmed, but there was an incident. There was some kind of explosion. And the suspect, the person who detonated that device, is in fact in custody. I'm told that he was likely injured when the device exploded. Not hearing about other injuries, but I'm hearing that the person who set off this device, either with a switch of some kind or a cell phone or a hand set it off, is in fact injured and is in fact in custody. I have his name. I don't want to release it just yet, but he is a 37-year-old man from Brooklyn. That's about all I want to say right now until I can talk to another law enforcement source.
Why, Rick? You just want to make sure that it's the right guy?
Yeah, and I want to make sure it's okay to, to say his name on TV.
Sure.
But the police have his name, and that's the most important thing. The investigators know who this guy is, so that means that they're going to be going to his residence. They're going to be talking to his family and his friends. They're going to figure out who he is and why he might have come down here with an explosive device that, according to police, did in fact detonate. But perhaps it detonated early.
A guy from Brooklyn. A guy from Brooklyn. Do we know is he from Brooklyn originally? Does he live there just temporarily? What do we know about?
He has a foreign name. I'll go that far.
All right, Rick, you've been
I can't tell you exactly where he's from, but he has a foreign name.
You've been at NYPD headquarters. You've seen those screens and what the NYPD has their eyes on. From your best estimation, they could almost put this whole movie together immediately, correct? They have Port Authority covered.
Absolutely. And they are, there's a watch list, and there are a lot of people they're looking at. What I cannot tell you is whether this individual was in fact on any kind of list. But they're going to know that very quickly now that they have an identity. They're looking into that, obviously. Okay. Whether he was known to them, I don't know yet. But clearly they're now trying to figure out exactly who he was and why he did what he did. The good news here, guys, is that apparently he may have been the only person injured. If there are other injuries, I haven't heard about them yet. They may be minor. I don't know. But what you're seeing behind me is a shutdown 8th Avenue in rush hour. Every avenue is packed. A lot of the side streets are closed. Traffic is at a virtual standstill, and none of the trains are running through Port Authority, Times Square area as of last report. So, it's a nightmare for anybody trying to get to work this Monday morning, and certainly a tough scene for these first responders as well.
Indeed. All right. Hey, Rick, the New York Post is reporting that the suspected bomber had wires attached to him and was armed with a pipe bomb. I know that's not been confirmed by you, and a battery pack. He was taken into custody. That's consistent with what you have been told, right?
Well, it is, Steve. There were early reports of a suicide vest,
right,
and then they were backing off of that. There were reports of a man with wires strapped to his body. So it could well be that that was some sort of detonation device, that he had a pipe bomb, but he had some sort of remote detonator attached to a cell phone, perhaps, or some sort of switch. And that may have been what people were seeing. And as you know, early reports can often be wrong. So that's why we're trying to be careful here, not just with the details of the incident, but
Rick,
also with the name of the suspect.
Rick, from what you know, how quick are they over his residence in Brooklyn at this very moment?
Oh, within minutes. Within minutes. They've gone to his property. We saw this happen on the West Side Highway. Initially reports came out that it was a gun incident, that the guy was shooting people, and it turned out that he had run them down with his truck. But he did have a couple of fake guns, a pellet gun and a paint gun. But they quickly went to the Home Depot where he rented that truck. They traced that truck to a second Home Depot. They quickly went to his home, and they talked to his family and his friends. That happened, within minutes. And that's no doubt happening right now here in Manhattan, also in Brooklyn and anywhere else, any other addresses that's connected to this gentleman. Now we have a member of the NYPD telling the pedestrians to clear the streets because they need this room to work.
Yeah.
Wow. So they keep backing you up more and more instead of narrowing down this site. They're actually they're widening it.
Well, they often do expand scenes if there's a concern of more incidents. I don't think that's the case here. I think they're just trying to get a truck through here and clear some traffic.
Yeah.
This seems to be pretty well locked down at this point. I think they know where it happened. They obviously know where it happened, and they're trying to just get all the evidence and information out of that one location.
Hey, Rick, we do find out.
You're looking up 8th Avenue now.
Yep. We do find out more information. See if this mirrors yours. We know the man, the 37-year-old, has been in the country at least 7 years.
According to Bill Bratton, who's the former commissioner of New York. All right, Rick, thank you for your reporting. I know you're anxious to get some more information.